Earnestly podcast here, coming to you on, I think it's June 8th, 2020, at 8:30-ish in the morning. I'm actually on the way to work. Let me make sure this date's right. I'm actually doing the mobile. It is, yes, June 8th. If this doesn't sound good, I'm in my car. I apologize. I'm on my way to work. I'm kind of running late, sort of. Well, I'm not running late. I'm more so I can't stop anywhere to get breakfast. So I actually just grabbed my apple juice in the fridge, and just kind of grabbed it and left. I'll figure out food later on. It has been a hectic few weeks for me and the family and I am grateful I have a job. I'm grateful I have a good job. I'm grateful that my job has been able to still open despite the pandemic. But because of the restrictions and even though we're only allowed to fill half capacity of what we normally do as a business, because of the way we have to do it, because of the restrictions, the CDC restrictions, and because of the way we have to operate for safety measures, it requires more staffing. Now you think, well, more staffing means, okay, well, you'll still get your normal hours or still get your... No. Because there's you have to kind of sort of play both masters. Like, I'm a poker dealer, so we, normally we keep any money we make on the tables, we keep ourselves. In this case, though, unfortunately, because of the situation, we were only assigned to one table with a partner, and then that's it. And so the fairest way to do it, because every game is different. Some games make more money than others. This is the reality situation. Because of that, we have to pool our tips, which is fine. But the more people you bring back, more dealers bring back, it dilutes the tip pool. So it's kind of damn if you don't. So for us to keep the tip pool relatively nice, enough for us to, continue making a living and paying bills and whatnot, it's requiring us to work 6 days a week right now until we get to the next step of restrictions, whatever. And I'm not mad about it. I'm frustrated in the sense of only because it's frustrating my family to some degree because of the schedules and things you have to do at home, and you don't have enough time because my wife works opposite schedule with me, and we have no time for each other, no time for our kids, other than when we're individually home with them, and that's the reality situation. But you do what you gotta do, and in my case, it's tough now because this week, and for the next 2 weeks, really, I'm gonna be going at 9 o'clock in the morning. Like I'm going right now, so 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 to 5, and I mean, look, I'm getting a lot of hours, which is great, so it's good for the paycheck, of course, but on the flip side, though, my wife works till 12:31 in the morning, and she gets home about 1, and no sleep. She had sleep, but then I gotta leave, early the next morning, and by the time she has to deal with the kids, and it's a lot of, it's basically, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with, from, pillar to post, from start to finish. So hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we'll have some relief, But for me, it's tough in a sense because I had not gone to work this early like this in years. Because typically our business is pretty much, my schedule before was noon. I start my day at noon or even 11 o'clock. So I always worked mid. I mean, the mid shift would be, in our business, would be like 3, 4 o'clock. But the mid shift here, the point is I'm working a newer schedule, and so my body's it's kind of getting used to it. It's harder than I thought, but the thing is, you just have to get up and go. That's the thing. You just have to get up and go. So I try to pack enough sleep as I can. And then the tough part too, also on Sundays, I do my wrestling podcast with my buddies Mike and Joe, and we record pretty late. Although last night, I gotta admit, it was cool. We got able to get in early and actually pretty quick. Fastest show ever. At 40 minutes. And I was telling the guys that, listen, I want to be able to do the show still, but we got to try to avoid starting at after midnight, 1 o'clock, because I'm not somebody that can operate well with no sleep. I have to have at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep, especially when you have kids, like kids that also wake up in the middle of the night sometimes. So I need to bank those hours away for, my job so I can be efficient. So, but yeah, that's been kind of like my issue right now recently. But like I said, well, like anything else in life, we just go through it, we will plow through it, and then at some point when we get into the phase 2, we're phase 2 in Florida already, but we're not phase 2 here in South Florida. Phase 2 began last Friday, but phase 2 started in North Florida. Now, at some point, based on the way phase 1 was operated, it trickled down from north to south. We will probably get phase 2 sometime, I say, if not this week, certainly next week. So, we see where that goes. So, the last couple of days on social media, I've been really engaging in some really intense discussions concerning, the protests, concerning just things that surround that, and it's funny because, I've been, again, going back to, considering maybe, again, shutting down my Facebook, just because. Now, around this time last year, I did the same thing. I shut it down for about 2.5 months, maybe, I think it was, or close to 2 months, and I tell you, it was great. I did miss it, but it was great. I was able to, just kind of refresh and, one less thing to worry about. I like Twitter, because Twitter, I'm not as personal everybody there, but in the sense that I feel like I can say more on Twitter. Instagram to me is my safe place, honestly. Although I don't really agree with safe places, but whatever. But Facebook is interesting, because Facebook is it feels the most personal, because most of your family's on there and close friends on there. They may not be engaged with you day to day, but they see what you're typing. And because of that, I've been, I'm very careful what I post on Facebook. And I've been very vocal a little bit about the, Black Lives Matter and this stuff's going on, but not in a way that's polarizing. It's kind of being expressive, but not being offensive. There's a way to do that, and I think I've mastered that for years. Being a writer, I've mastered that. But my point is to, with all the situation going on and everything, we still have to engage in discussion. We live in this world. We share this planet. We all share real estate here. We all have a right to an opinion and a right to speak our piece and a right to try to make things better. And the only way you're going to do that is through dialogue. And I've been encouraging the dialogue on Facebook recently. I know there was one post I put up last week that was a little controversial all times, but it was misinterpreted. A couple of my friends misinterpreted what I was saying about, the flag being the cloth, and it wasn't necessarily about the cloth itself. It was necessarily about disrespecting the flag. More so, it was about idolizing the cloth. Do you put that over people? Do you put that over your parents? Do you put that over things that actually matter? The flag is just a symbol of what we believe in America. But if we're not doing the things that the flag actually stands for, or we think it stands for, then what good is the flag? And that's the hypocrisy of it all. That's my whole point. But a couple friends got offended by that. Some of them were just really idiotic about it. Some of them were understanding of when I explained myself. I had to reinterpret what I was saying just to make sure that people understood what I was saying. And then yesterday, there's been a lot of this talk about Minnesota, Minneapolis, about the fund of disbanding the police department. And, the discussion around, defunding the police department, which even I was in the dark of. And I made it very clear about that. Look, I'm not going to know everything. There's things I'm going to be in the dark about. There's things that I don't, and that's okay to sometimes not know what's going on and to learn and to take in new information. So, on the surface, I was saying that defunding police departments across the country just didn't sound very rational. And to me, regardless of what's going on now and changes that need to be made, and we agree that changes need to be made, I still think that, defunding. We need to do more, make decisions on the irrational, not the emotional. And I was saying that I want to hear some ideas about whether or not this is actually, am I in the wrong here? What are the pros and cons of defunding the police department? And I got there's some great discussions on both sides. On both sides of the argument. And that's what we need. We need more engagement. We need more dialogue. It's important. It's very important. We get nowhere when we don't talk. We don't get nowhere. Yeah, call it a cop out, call it being too centrist, whatever. That's how I operate, man. I'm actually proud of where I am in this world in terms of my thinking. I think there are great things on the conservative side that actually I believe in, and I think there's some things on the liberal side I think I also believe in. I'm not one box fits all. Sorry, can't no, that ain't me. I'm also not Candace Owens either. We'll do another podcast on that down the road. I've been railing her ass for the last for a couple of years now, but especially the last couple of weeks. She's a piece of work. Let's just say that. But a discussion about defunding the police. My buddy of mine, I was talking, and white guy, and he's obviously pissed off what's going on. He's on the liberal side, or progressive side, I want to call it. Although I hate tagging, I hate stereotyping people in based on political jargon. I hate doing that. But he's pissed off. He thinks there should be changes, and I think I see his point. I just keep telling him, my thing is I want more rational than emotional. And he's very strong about his position, to the point where I told him, well, he's angry. Then he asked me if I'm angry. I go, yeah, I'm angry, but I'm not. I'm numb to it now, because it's just, I've been living this 40 years. This is the thing about being a black man. This is the privilege of being, him being white, being black, is that I'm not saying he's never not cared about these issues, but I've lived with these issues for the last 40 years. This is part of my life. Inequality and whatnot. And race stuff. And for the record, I don't even dive into that as much as probably the average black person or even anybody else, but it's still back in my mind. And and so I told him, listen, I'm done being angry. It's your turn now. If you want changes also, you get angry. You step up to the plate. Or as you say in church, stand in the gap. Because I'm done trying to be angry. Because I'm worn out. I'm really just numb to all this shit now, man. I really am. Because not because I don't care, I do care. It's just that I'm so used to it. It's now an expectation that you're going to see police brutality. We're going to see black people not being treated fairly to some degree, in certain phases of the world, or certain phases of the country. That's now an expectation to me, because that's what I've been used to. And at first he took offense to that, like as though he didn't care. But I told him no, I wasn't trying to offend you. It was a general statement. It's time for people not of color to step in and fight for us now. If you truly believe that Black Lives Matter, and by the way, Black lives do matter, and so do all lives. But all lives will matter when Black lives do as well. I don't know how that's hard to translate. All lives matter. Yeah, they should. But if the Black lives don't matter, then obviously we need to fix that. If black people say that, you can't tell me, oh, Black lives, they do matter. No, but if we're telling you that we don't think we matter, you need to address that. That's the whole point. Not to pacify it. Don't pacify it. I am telling you, we don't feel we matter. So therefore, you diagnose that situation. Why are we saying this to you? Not because we want to say this for fun. So, that's just how I feel about that, man. But, Minnesota, like I said, Minneapolis is, planning on disbanding the police department. I don't know how I feel about that right now, to be honest with you. Excuse me. Yes, we need some changes. Yes, we do. But I don't know if that's the answer. I don't know, man. But again, I don't have all the answers to this stuff, man. And that's okay. That's okay. You know, if I have kids, I actually wouldn't mind coming at 9 o'clock in the morning all the time. I like getting a nice start to the day. I probably should wake up a little early and watch some news, watch some. I actually was telling my buddies the other day that I wanted to start a new tradition again. Wake up at 6 in the morning, watching the Morning Joe. Because my buddies, you know, come on the podcast, Mark and Matt, they come on the show and, you know, they talk about Morning Joe all the time. So I was like, oh, maybe I should start watching that now. I don't know. Do I have time to get some food? I do not. I have 10 minutes before I get to work. Which sucks. And they got a line there. Yep. I'm tired of I'm tired of Dunkin' Donuts anyway, to be honest with you. So yeah, screw that. Anyway. But that's how I feel right now. Everything that's going on. What else I wanted to tag on before I go? What else I want to talk about? The NBA's back in July. Like I said, I had mixed feelings on that. I don't know. I think that's it for now. Just wanted to get off my chest a little bit. I like doing these like smaller solo pods though. It's really cool. Especially in the car. Get in, get out, that kind of thing. Like I said, the audio sounds a little compromised. It's because of the car on the road. I apologize, but yeah, that's it for now. We'll check in a little later. Let me see. Anything else on my chest? Anything else I want to talk about? No, I guess that's it. We'll talk later. Peace.